Hello, everyone. Patriot 5 here. No one's here yet. I actually let it run for a little bit, thinking maybe some people would come on. But if you come on, you come on. If you don't, that's okay. You can watch it later. But I have not had a chance to talk to Ron yet today. He was in therapy pretty much all morning. By the time he got out, he was going to go into lunch. My sister was going to be there at that point, and now she's probably gone, and he's probably taking a nap. From what I seen from him last night. Hello, Beth. Hello, Janet. Good to see you here. Guys, I'm really having fun doing these little videos, 15, 20 minutes, and I'm getting a lot of people saying they like me doing it like this. When I do them early in the afternoon, they're there all day, all night, and I'm enjoying them. We have a lot to discuss today. Some people sent me a lot of things. As you can see, I'm decked up in my patriotic stuff. I do want to talk about some things, but as people continue to come on, we will move forward. But I'm going to say the pledge, and I'm going to play the music, and then we'll be back, talk about the kids a little bit, and then get into the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Things were gone. I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American, at least I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless you.
Wow. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Is there ever any time a better line in a song than that song right there? When you think about it, everyone, we're here for a reason. I keep emphasizing this to you. We're here to help the kids. I received a message today that I believe it said over 70,000 of the 300,000 kids that are missing have been found. And it's my goal when we reevaluate, I don't care what it costs. You know, when you talk about uh, projects, I don't have a project. But if you have Zim, just tell them you want to donate to the children. We don't need to rest until every kid is found. And I know, guys, there is going to be some unhappy endings. If there's 300,000 missing, not as many now because they've been finding them. Not everyone's going to come home. We know that. But here, as I was having my talk with God earlier today, as me and him were speaking, I was talking, he was listening. I'm not Tressie Trek. I don't get to talk to angels and God. But, you know, he always replies to me and lets me know. But I was talking to him, and I said, here's my situation, Lord. They're missing. My heart bleeds, cries, saddens for the ones that maybe we don't bring home alive. But I know in my heart, if it was one of my kids, I would want to know. I would want to know. And then I also know in my heart that if it was one of my kids, when we talk about 300,000 missing, what about the kids that are not missing, but they're being sent here or sent there to people that the only reason these people want them is so they can get that money, that monthly check. They don't care about the kids. They don't care about the kids. When you research and you see what some of these families do, they should be sent to GITMO for what they do to these children. But just think, I know I've talked to the girl in the Ukraine, and when the beds are ready, I have my turn. I'm not feeling as old as I actually am. You know what I'm talking about. And she's talked, and she's a very young lady. She would like a child of her own. But that's things we talk about. But the one thing we have talked about is we plan on adopting at least anywhere from 3 to 5 children. Because, see, we want the money that's going to come for humanitarian projects. I don't want to rest until every child in the world has a mom and a dad, a mom, a dad and a dad, a mom and a mom. I don't care. As long as when they get up in the morning, they get breakfast, they get ready with the help of their parents to go to school. They come home and they know they're going to be loved. And yes, they're going to be like an ordinary kid. You do something wrong, you get punished. But they're going to live in a house of love. And there's so many people out there right now. There's so many people right now. I have 2 nieces that I know would take at least 2 right now, maybe more. They're unable to have children now with the beds. Maybe they'll be able to have children, but I'm telling you, these 2 girls, even if they was able to have 3 or 4 of their own, I know that they would adopt at least 2 or 3. Children, there's nothing more precious in the world than children. And when I came on to do this show, I did not have this segment planned. It came to me when I listened to the music. It came to me when I thought about my talk today with God. And some people may like what I'm saying, but guys, we can't rest until every child. We can't rest until every animal has a shelter to go to, someplace where it's bitter cold. And did you notice, guys, you think it's a coincidence that every place in the United States had cold weather? My goodness gracious, my daughter, her husband, and my grandkids go to a place in Alabama, Gulf Shores. And my daughter was so awed that Gulf Shores got snow. People got cold. People got snow. People got sleet. They're keeping us in. That's what they're doing. We are right in the middle of what we've been waiting for a long time. Now, yesterday I did the show and I cut it short, which I'm going to try to keep all of them no more than 30 minutes. I'm getting great reviews about the shorter ones. I can still tell my stories. A story I'll tell you. And this is a joke, guys, and I think you're going to find it funny. I read this joke, but I put it to my granddaughter, super gymnast, Ella. And I sent it to her and I said, Ella, I got a joke. And it goes, I took you out to eat. You chose Burger King of all places. We're sitting there eating and you said, Papa, I got to go to the restroom. Papa don't let 10-year-old girls go to the restroom by themselves. My daughter was 16 years old before she got to go in a public bathroom by herself. And I still stood outside the door, yelled inside to make sure that it was okay in there and told the people inside, she's got 2 minutes, 3 at the most to be out. If she's not, you're not going to be happy when I come in. I'm very, very protective. So I told her in the joke, I walked to the door and I said, is anybody in there? And no one answered. So she entered and I said, I'll stay right here. She no more entered and this guy walks in behind her, declaring himself as a woman. Papa walked in behind the woman, declaring himself as a dentist, as I knocked every one of his teeth out of his mouth. And I thought you guys would like that, just think about it. Because, see, guys, to me, there is no such thing as too much protection for a child. My daughter used to get aggravated. I had a rarity because my mom was always with us. And I want to speak about my mom briefly. But my mom was always with us because whenever we went to town, me and Ron had to take my mom out to eat. This was back before we knew about Mickey D's and, other places. This was back when you actually felt safe going into a fast food restaurant and eating. This is when you could afford to go in to a fast food restaurant and eat. And my mom loved to eat. We would go to Hardee's. And Hardee's used to have the greatest chicken in the world. And me and Ron was on this planned diet. Ron lost over 180 pounds on this planned diet in 11 months. But we still had to go out when we took mom to town shopping on Friday or Saturday or both. We still had to go and we'd go to Hardee's. And me and Ron, we would get this Hardee's special salad. And my mom would sit there and she would eat that chicken. And all the while she's eating it, she says, well, that salad looked good, boys. I'm glad you liked it. She would rip us. She would tease us. But that's how she was. Anyway, I want to move on. About my mom, I read today, we all know we're going to heaven on earth. So for the people who's lost people, and Jimmy, this is especially good for you. I don't know if it's true. I'm repeating what I was told, what I read. And I was told and I read that any people who have passed after the year 2000 will come back. You will see them again. When I read it, I yelled, oh, I'm going to see my mom again. I'm going to see my brother-in-law again. I'm going to see my nephew again. And there's others that I'll see that we've lost. But then it hit me. My dad died in 89. Is my mom willing to come back and leave him by himself again? I don't know. But them are things, guys, I don't spread hopium. I spread wishium. I wish it happens. Is there anybody here? Myrna, I'm sure you could be elated with that news if it's true. How is it going to happen? We don't know. But we don't know how we're going to actually go to heaven on earth. Are we going to heaven on earth because heaven is getting too full? We don't know. But boy, isn't it good? I would rather live in a world that I have hope than live in a world where I think everything is just bleak. Live in a world that I was born to die. Because when you think about it, in the modern world, you're only promised one thing when you're born, and that's you will die. But will we? That's a question that you have to ponder. Hi, Patriot Dana. Good to see you on here. Jeffrey's here. Guys, I want you guys to give. And I'm not just picking one out because this is a lady that I really admire. And as I admire each and every one of you. But Janet, she does so much for me. She's always here. She puts things up. She keeps this thing over here clean. And Labrador is here. Rainy Southern California. Well, that should be good, getting rain in California. Is them fires still going? I haven't had a chance to keep up. As I was saying, guys, before many people come on, I have not had a chance to talk to Ron today. I had a very nice visit with him last night. It was one of those visits that I looked up and I said, wow, I'm either going to have to go or they're going to come and tell me I got to go. I stayed till almost 8:30 because that's as late as they'll allow you to stay. But he was talkative. He was alert. Ron got a day off from therapy yesterday. So if you guys want to send him a little message, you might want to tease him a little bit. He got a day off yesterday. Why they give him Saturday and not Sunday, I don't know. But he looked at me and he says, my legs and my knees and my feet are hurting a little bit today. And I says, oh, yeah, why do you think that is? He goes, I don't know. I said, do you think it could be because since you've been up here, they're having you on this therapy, they're getting you moving there. And what did I tell you when you was home, Ron? At commercial, get up and walk from here to here. And we got a really good plan for Ron coming home because we ain't letting him never get like that again. Now, maybe he's going to get lucky. Maybe the hat's going to announce these beds and they're right there and he'll just go a floor up or a floor down and he's there and he's on. I surely hope so. I was disappointed yesterday in the Hats talk, but not disappointed that I'm mad at him. I was disappointed because I really thought he was going to say something about the big end, about the revaluation. But all he wanted to talk about is there's only two genders. And there is only two genders. Now, the people who say they're other, if they want to say it, they can say it. I'm not going to say nothing to them. I'm not going to question somebody, but I'm telling you the joke I told you. If I ever let my granddaughter go into a bathroom and a man follows her in, I will be a dentist. There is no doubt about it. That is not a joke. So anyway, I also got with my grandson, Patriot7, yesterday and sent him a message and told him that I seen every number yesterday, all the ones that we look for. 1111, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. Because I have him looking for them all the time now. He's a very good kid. Now let's talk to the kids for a minute before we move on. I've already mentioned you, Jimmy, that this could be some great news. I was driving around today, coming home from my daughter's. My little monkey, she forgot her book bag in my car, and since I don't babysit her till Wednesday, I took her book bag. They weren't home, but coming back, I seen a ranch for sale, so I'm going to keep my eye on that. Seen some other things that's very interesting. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp. Karate Kid, how are you doing with your karate? My grandson, Small Hank, Karate Kid Hank or whatever, martial arts, whatever. He doesn't call it karate. His mom and dad call it martial arts. I said, you always look and my son said, yeah. And I give him a karate move and he went to block it. And I said, it's the same way Mr. Miyagi teaches the kid, Karate Kid. And I said, it's karate. You just want to, for some reason, some people have to have a special name. Well, my grandson in a week, I think it's a week or 2 weeks, is up for a new color belt. This will be his second color he's moved up to. And at 8 years old, I feel very proud of him. Karate Kid, how are you doing? Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live your name and long live your glory. And long live your story be told. You two have one of the greatest moms in the world. But I feel that way about all the parents here. I do. There's just our family, when I was talking to God today, I said, I get a little aggravated the way my family treats me, the way they treat Ron. But then I've got a family that comes here, 56 people just on the spur of the moment on a Sunday afternoon. You know, you come here to listen to what I had to say. Since I've been doing these ones, we've hit over 1,000 two times and just under 1,000 once. Yesterday, for some reason, the show didn't go good, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. See, all that matters is the people who watch it enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, I don't really like criticism, but if you want to criticize me, hey, I got broad shoulders, strong shoulders. You know, Patriot Prince is our queen and Patriot Hunter. Your grandma, she keeps baking them cookies. First, she was on the kick of the makeup, but the princess went back to school. So she doesn't have her makeup buddy. So now she's into baking. Guys, and if you ain't seen her pictures, my goodness, this girl needs to take some money when she does that and open a bakery. She made some cookies out of peanut brittle. And I asked her how they were. She said they was really good. And they just sound so great. The only thing I would think would be a little bit off on them, the peanut brittle itself would be great, but the peanuts in the peanut brittle, they're usually a little soggy to begin with. So baking, maybe they're baking and they, got them a little crispier. I don't know. But she cooks and she does things. And, there's just so many people in our group. I don't really want to get into hi, Sharita. I don't really want to go into a lot of names because I feel bad if I miss somebody. You know, Patty Crazy Lady's here today. Good to see you. You know, it's just what we have. And I mean, I've talked enough. For all the kids, Leona, Leilana, Leilan, Boogie, Boogs, Boogaroo, and Boogaloo. Guys, we love you with all our heart. Every one of our kids, but you have to remember, this show is not made for you. I have cleaned this show up completely since the beginning. Yesterday, for all you kids, we're doing this for you because you are our future. And we plan on sticking around a long time to make sure that you do it right. There's some people out there's some generations out there that we don't know exactly what to go. We don't know if when all of this happens, they're going to see the light and the light bulb's going to come on and they're going to say, oh, it's not all about money. See, it's not about money. If you listen to me, I told you, I don't want to rest until all the animals and all the children first, but then the animals. I watch these commercials on TV. I watch a lot of Ion. And I watch these commercials, and they got these commercials about these animals. Some of them can't even remember the last time they ate. We need 3,000 new members to send $19 a month. I'd gladly send $50 a month if I knew it was going towards the animals, but I'm not going to send for these people to make. What money are they using? Instead of making commercials, if they was using that money to feed the animals, they'd be a lot better. I am going to do whatever I can to help the animals, but we're going to do everything to get every child in this world a mama. Yeah, I've already mentioned that. You guys know where I come from there. So children, it's not made for you, but you can watch it under the discretion of your mom, your dad, your grandparents, or any legal guardian that says it's okay for you to watch it. The music that we played is absolutely not ours. We have no legal rights to it at all. We use it for entertainment purposes only. And when I tell you something, when I read something, I am not going to read something if I do not believe in it, if I do not think it could be true. Right now, something big that's going on out there, I don't know if you guys have been noticing it, is the replicators. And them things have got me so excited. But I keep thinking, how is a restaurant, thank you, Janet, how is a restaurant going to survive if everybody's got a replicator? Well, it's plain and simple because everybody's going to have money. Yesterday they had all he wanted to do was talk about the border. He wanted to talk about no tips, no tax on tips. He wanted to talk about, I'm sorry. Take care of all of us, not just the waitresses. And don't get me wrong. I go to a restaurant. If I leave a $20 tip, I want that girl to get the $20 or the guy to get that $20. I do not want the government to get that money. She's doing the work. She's paying taxes on what she's making. I say it's simple. Pay a waitress the same thing as you pay a cook. Everybody gets the same amount of money, and then all the tips are split equally, no tax. But see, it's not fair because you take a waitress that's really, really good, and she comes to my table, and she's really good, and I have my son and my son-in-law and my daughter-in-law, all 5 of my grandkids, so we got 10 people there. We might leave her a $50 tip. It's not fair for her to have to pay the government, and I love that. But I also love the fact that there's people still on the street. I don't love that fact. I said that wrong. I hate the fact that there's people on the street, cold, homeless, hungry, that there's other things, people, senior citizens. When my raise, my 2% raise that Sleepy was so generous to give us. He was so generous to give us a 2% raise. By the time I had to pay the extra, that my insurance for Medicare is up to almost $190 a month. When I started it at 62, it was 110. At 62, in 9 years, it's went up almost $90. I ended up getting $12 extra a month. Wow. $144 extra a year for cost of living. Another thing I'm disappointed with the hat. Grocery prices, and yesterday when he was speaking, there was open discussions. That was one of the main topics. Bring grocery prices down. Bring gas prices. I went yesterday and put $40. My car had a quarter of a tank of gas, and I put $40 in it, and it didn't even bring it up to full. It brought it up to about 7/8 of a tank. You know, don't just look and say, well, I want recognition, Mr. Hat. Don't do that by, I'm going to take care of this group of people, and I'm going to declare there's only 2 this, and we're going to do this. Take care of everybody. Think of the people who voted for you. And all he wanted to do was praise Nevada yesterday. Praise Nevada about how no president has ever won the state of Nevada, but they came out and they won, and that's why he had to go there. You know, he got more votes in the state of Illinois. And if he'd have came to Chicago and he would have talked to the people in Chicago the way he went to Iowa all them times, the way if he would have come and talked to Chicago instead of that one time and acting like he was a total dick, he'd have won Illinois. He won the whole state of Illinois except Chicago. But Chicago rules. And all he had to do is split, get about half. If he'd have got 30% of Chicago, he'd have won Illinois. And I'm not mad at him. He is doing, the man I don't think is sleeping at all. He's got to have something that they're giving him to keep him going, because unless, he's on the plane a lot, maybe he's getting a couple hours naps in between every flight. So didn't mean to rant and rave, didn't mean to go. I wanted to be out of here in 30, but not going to happen. It's probably going to be 40 today, but I promise you I won't keep you that long. But I wanted to read some things that I got, some things that I think is worthy that people need to know. But I got to find them. I'm sure she's added more. Margaret asked me yesterday to do a gematria on some things that the wizard said. I did. She was very impressed with them. If you would like to know about them, just contact her. I'm sure she'd share. But Margaret started this morning at 2:52, and she started sending me things. Once again, I woke up thinking I had hit the machines at the casino, because my phone just, and Margaret, don't think I'm upset. I love it when I hear it. I just wish you'd get more rest. Anybody that has died after the year 2000 is coming back to life. I will find where I seen it, because they downloaded their consciousness, even if they were cremated. That's why there's no rush to stop the Bill shot. Now, Bill is not really spelled Bill. It's with a different letter, kind of a letter. I think you understand what I mean. Certain things I can't say on here. Guys, what I'm reading here is stuff that has been posted and supposedly real. I'm not going to give you opium. This is it. Expect fireworks. Be here tomorrow. The story unfolds. False flags. POTUS 100% insulated. Expect fireworks. Justice. Next week, bigger. Remember, Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, LA, California, January 26, 2020. The 5-year anniversary of his death is today, January 26. The Kenneth Fire in Calabasas began January 9th, exactly 17 days from January 26. The Hat flew in Marine One helicopter in LA January 24th, 2 days ahead of the anniversary of Kobe's death. Popcorn ready. Enjoy the show. Chaos is about to begin.
Now it's your time. Get the W. Walden University. Set a course for change. Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose.
Military emergency broadcast alert intimate. The plan never changed. It was always February. The chest will open very soon. John F. Kennedy Jr. on Telegram. 10 days of darkness, no internet, no mass media, 7 messages to phones worldwide, 3 8-hour documentaries to play 24 hours, 7 days on arrests, tribunals, corruption, fraud, pedophilia, exposing the satanic ritual abuse of children by global elites, excluding their child, trafficking crimes, and explaining the Big G20 reforms. See, after I give all this talking that I did have some good information. Breaking, Harris Faulkner from Fox News reportedly stated that the real Hat administration has located between 75 and 80,000 of over 300,000 missing migrant, confirmation from officials or more details to come. But this was actually announced on Fox News. When people ask me how I'm feeling right there, that's about the only thing that's wrong with me right now. Oh, my battery's getting low, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. The Hat will address U.S. Congress on March 4th, the inauguration date of the Republic. Ultra Truth Seeker. May God have mercy on my enemies because I won't. General George S. Patton, with a picture of him and a picture of the Hat right next to him. I need to look at something here. Oh, I still got a little bit. Possible timing. Soon 10 days of communication darkness will begin. The new Starlink satellite system will show documentaries 24/7 to inform the public about the fall of the cabal and its fiat U.S. dollar independence for all 209 nations participating in the global currency reset. The availability of the long hidden technology, including the special beds, Tuesday, 14th January. All the information is saying next week. JFK Awakening Q17 on Telegram. Friday, 24th January 2025, Ray Ren 98 at the TNT team. Talk radio is not working. Call delayed. We have good news, though. We have arrived, says TNT. On Saturday, 25 January 2025, around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, major radio blackout began around the world. All systems were down for Australia, Asia, Russia, and China. as the first phase of the wealth redistribution had commenced. The hat announced on Telegram the most historic 100 hours in American history. The gold age of America begins now, goes to Wednesday, 29 January 2025, 12:30 p.m. The hat official on Telegram. On Saturday, 25th January 2025, the first phase of the wealth redistribution will officially commence for the general public. JFK Jr. On Monday, 27, 2025, test on emergency broadcast system will begin. Monday, 27, 2025, Wolverine President the Hat has signed the executive order on cryptocurrency finance, which means we can now get started when banks open on Monday, 27th January 2025. Get ready, everyone. Buckle your seatbelts as we are about to go warp speed. Blessings, Wolverine. On Monday, 27 January 2025, special beds will begin their initial rollout, prioritizing those in critical need and children suffering from long-term illnesses. On Wednesday, 29 January 2025, healing centers equipped with these special beds begin operations in strategic locations worldwide. Training programs will be launched to educate specialists in the life-changing technology. The hat has been working on these special beds launched since 2016 when he was first put in office. There's a couple more things, guys. It's a very, very long read, but I'm going to call it quits because number one, I don't want to go over 40 minutes. Number two, I've given you a lot of information. Number three, I don't want my computer to go dead. I'm going to go put it on charge and watch for me. I'm enjoying doing these afternoon ones. It frees up my evenings. I can eat supper on time. And when Ron gets home, supposedly on Thursday, we can get back to normal life. But I am going to take a survey to see, would you rather me do an afternoon, or even if you can't make it, it's there for you, for the early or the nights. Even if I go back to nights, they're not going to be hour 10, hour 20 minutes. I'm going to cut back because it seems like the people like the 30 to 40 minutes a lot better. So with that, have a great Sunday. Keep your fingers crossed, keep praying, and let's get this done. We'll all cross the finish line together. Goodbye, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you all. We love you all.
On behalf of feds everywhere, let me just say.
Now I have to figure out how to get out of here. There we go.